Hi, my beautiful Cancers. Welcome to your reading for September 2023. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. You could have certainly have planets in the sign of Cancer, or you may be in love with a Cancer. Whatever brought you, welcome. I just have to tell you, I did your reading on the 31st to have it ready for the 1st, and for some reason, it seems to happen every month. There's one video that just does not want to upload. There's nothing wrong with the video. It's not corrupted. It was a beautiful reading, and it just bums me out so much. So I've stopped trying to upload it because it's so frustrating. So I figured let's just do another reading. But I have to tell you, in your other reading, and I'm going to continue to try to bring it online. Again, I don't know why it's not uploading. But in your other reading, when I was shuffling your cards, many of you know I shuffle the cards and I kind of meditate on your energy before I even begin the reading. And then we'll reshuffle them again when we start. But when I was shuffling the cards, 4 cards that were in, I can't remember which deck I started with for you, but I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread, but I can't remember if it was the Psychic Tarot. But anyways, when I'm done with the reading, I turn all my cards in the upright. I make sure everything is just the way it should be. So when I find things like this, I just know that I'm meant to find them. So let me explain to you. So this is the Past Life Tarot or Past Life Oracle. And they were in the Psychic Tarot. I don't know how they got there. I don't know when they put themselves there. But they were there. And 2 of them were together. And we had biblical and imprisonment or slavery. And then we had forgiveness and love life. Now again, this is a past life tarot, past life oracle. So that's what it speaks about, your past life. I have a feeling that, well, I mean, I already know from your other reading, I feel like there is someone from your past, a past life, probably many past lives that I feel like in your last life together, something happened and it called for forgiveness, and maybe someone didn't want to give it, and so it probably carried forward in this lifetime. Forgiveness and love. Look at this. I just love that card. Love life. So I'm bringing them back out because I feel like you were meant to see them. And then I feel like this has really given us like a time period, maybe when you started, coming into your lifetimes together. I'm not trying to make this a love reading, but it does speak about your love life for some of you. It is talking about a love life, and I have a feeling it's talking about like what do I want to say? Stored unforgiveness, and it may be like one of your like one of the lessons in this lifetime. So we're going to bring them out. We're going to see how it applies to this reading, and if I see synchronicities, I'll definitely let you know. But again, I'm going to keep trying to upload the first one, and if I do, I'll put a link in the comment section of this reading. So let's just go ahead and get into this reading, and let's see. I'm kind of excited to see if the synchronicities are going to be the same. All right. We're going to start with Mother Mary. Get some words of wisdom. Let's give him a cut. And by the way, before we begin, I'm going to use the crystal vision to clarify or to go deeper. That's why my readings are so long, because you know where you've been, But what we're really looking for is your present day moment, and you had a lot of energy of calling you to the present moment. And when, we'll see if it comes out in Mother Mary, but when you get that kind of energy, it usually means that something is, there's some type of rebirth that wants to take place in your life. I feel like it's always up to you whether you accept it or not. But yeah. By the way, again, Psychic Tarot for your main spread. So let's go ahead and begin. Mother Mary, Mother Mary. I'm going to give a shout out to a few of my members who are Cancers. Welcome aboard. Alright, well, hello. We'll take it. Blessings. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Okay, well, right away, it makes me feel like, because you had Judgment, you had the Death card, you had quite a few energies that are asking you to close certain doors, so new doors can open. Wow, now we're talking about a blessing. So, and blessings, I don't feel like they just land in our lap. I feel like it does take our human action, like we want to reach out and say yes, or what have you. So today I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the main spread. Let's give them a couple shuffles. I'm so frustrated. There's just like no reason why that video, it went up to 80% uploaded, and then it just got stuck, and I kept doing it for 2 days. I thought, because I was like so happy that I was going to have everybody's reading done by the 1st of September. Well, that didn't happen. Alright. Let's go ahead and begin the tarot portion. Alright, we have Heartache and Loss. 3 Swords. I believe your first reading started with the 9 of Swords. So, right away, I feel like this is pulling us back to an old love life where forgiveness, there's some type of forgiveness. You don't have to forgive, or maybe it's them forgiving you. But I feel like to clear that karma, or another way of putting it is like, I don't want to carry that energy around with me. You know what I mean? I don't want that heaviness to affect, the next chapter. 3 Swords. Can only get better from here, right? Well, hello. There we go. Love begins. This is the Ace of Cups. Look at this. 2 aces back to back. Now we have the Ace of Wands right next to the Ace of Cups. I feel like that's why I said to you in the beginning that this is something you do have to reach out for, or another way of saying is just like agree to it. So the Ace of Cups after the 3 of Swords. Love life, forgiveness. Ace of Wands, action. So not only is the Ace of Cups showing, but it's also showing, well, let's just look at what it says. Passion ignited. Love begins. Passion ignited. Let me bring this lid down. There we go. Wow. The Lovers. The Lovers. Interesting. Harmony. forgiveness, harmony. So the Lovers is mirroring the Three of Swords. This tells me that at some time, in some lifetime, there was that pain, no doubt. Maybe you're coming back together now, and maybe it's going to feel different. Maybe it's going to be different. It must have that energy of, I don't know. I feel like you must have cleared that energy, or they cleared that energy, or both. So, we took away that Three of Swords. Everything else is just beautiful. We have material and spiritual prosperity. You know, and I ask when you watch this reading, use your spiritual ears. Trust your intuition. Material and spiritual prosperity. Under first of all, a 3 to a 6, to me feels like meant to be type energy. You know, and I get this a lot too, where I feel like, you know, sometimes there's a breakup and it hurts, no doubt, but during that breakup, I may have then started to follow a different path where I started to build, you know, my life. I started to build my pentacles, my material wealth, my spiritual prosperity, you know what I mean? So I definitely feel like with the Lovers, 2 6s right here, is this talking about your spirituality? Let's keep going. I want to see what comes under the Aces. Well, hello, Cancer. There is your card. This is a Chariot. We're in the year of the Chariot. You know, and I said back in January, I felt like a lot of soulmates were going to come back together. I'm saying that's interesting. I just said coming back together. Normally I say are going to come together, but now I'm saying come back together. Again, I feel like it's pulling me to another lifetime. Triumph under the Ace of Cups. So it's directly connected to you. We can't doubt that. Look at this, another Ace. Ace of Pentacles. You know, to me this is great news, because to me the Ace of Pentacles means something that's coming into your physical world. Something that is tangible, something that you can touch. You know, love begins, passion's ignited, prosperity begins. It's like, okay, I had this 3 of Swords, right? I had this heartache. But maybe instead of like getting lost in that, what I did is chose to work on my career, work on my spirituality. Some of you, I already know you have like a spiritual based business. And listen, it may be, I often feel like sometimes we think the only thing that we come into this lifetime for is love. But that's just not true. Sometimes our path, you know, finding our spirituality, building a life for ourselves, and then love coming in, it's just different. It's why? Because, well, I see the 9 of Pentacles down here. We're not going to take it yet, but material harvest. This is really an independent type energy. This is success. So sometimes I feel like we have to find that independent nature within ourselves. And when we do, it's like I feel like we're able to love without all the human type, I don't know, energies we put on it. We have recognition and reward. Beautiful. You know, look at this person. They seem very humbled. Coming under the Lovers, by the way. I should have said, this is a card of Gemini. The Lovers normally means a head over heart decision. But just look at these two. This doesn't feel like a head over heart decision. This just feels right. You know, they're looking eye to eye. Their hands are touching. Passion is ignited within them. I feel like the love, especially if this is from a past lifetime, I just feel like naturally begins. Even if I'm a little fearful, it doesn't stop me from potentially falling in love. But I want to say falling in love again. All right, well, hello. You have all the aces on the board now. The Ace of Swords. So this could talk about some type of communication. I definitely feel like this is talking about truth. You know, like, what do I mean by that? I mean that I feel like this person is a true soulmate. I definitely feel like if you spent a past life or past lives with this person, very quickly when you meet in this lifetime, you feel it. Like, you may not be able to put a name to it. You know, like, there's just something different about you. And, okay, well, I moved the cards, but this is someone who recognizes your soul and you them. You know, this is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles talks about your unique self. Like, you're the missing piece of the puzzle. But sometimes you're the missing piece of the puzzle for someone else. You know, or they, them. Or they, you. Does that make sense? You know, it's like when it comes together. And look at all the aces. When it comes together, it's just like there's a knowing. Now, I'm not going to say that guarantees you that there's not going to be, you know, any issues or anything we have to work through. But I feel like, you know, I feel like you will work through it. And then I get the feeling like even if we broke up, it's like I just can't stop thinking about you. Like, I can't get you off my mind. You live in my heart. Even if I remarried, there's still a very special place. Two people seeing each other's soul. And then we move into the Ace of Swords. So, I feel like, how does this enter your life? Potentially through the art of communication. That can mean, you know, good old telephone, a text, something like that. Or you could certainly, like, reconnect or connect online. I keep tying this back to a past life, but I feel like right off the bat, it's telling me the same message. So the Ace of Swords. And then the Nine of Pentacles. Let's bring these up a little bit. Give myself just a little bit more room. Material harvest. I love this card. And I love the energy of it. And the reason I love it is because I feel like, you know, anything that you're putting your effort into, it does talk about success. I also feel like with the Ace of Cups, you know, again, I don't feel like we come into this lifetime just to learn about love, but also to create and to build. Some of us, you know, we're building these spiritual platforms. This talks about success if you put the focus in. Some of you, your voice, it's like your voice. And when I say your voice, yes, it can be the sound of your voice, the vibration of your voice, but I also feel like the words that you have to say are important. I mean, look at this. Prosperity begins and then material harvest. Here, we start this line with material and spiritual prosperity with the ace underneath it. It doesn't seem like it takes too long to reach this stage. And again, I feel like this is talking about something that you'll love doing. Now, it doesn't mean it won't be hard work, right? But it is showing that you can have true success in it. Then we have power. This is the strength card. Card of Leo. Coming under these two aces, the Ace of Wands and then the Ace of Pentacles. And now power. 8. Infinity. As above, so below. No beginning, no end. Well, other lifetimes. This lifetime. You know, the strength card really talks about understanding that we have to look within, and we got to find, you know, let's talk about the Three of Swords. I feel like because we have forgiveness here, and forgiveness is a hard thing to do, right? But again, I feel like this is more about a past life, though it can be also a current life. But this talks about dealing with our own demons, you know, understanding that we're both light and dark, and it's finding that balance in between. You know, very quickly my mind could go back to that Three of Swords as all this energy starts coming towards me. Or I can think about this forgiveness, you know, and listen, maybe you haven't met this person yet and you're like, well, how do I forgive what I don't know I'm forgiving? Well, it has to be some type of heartache. Someone caused some type of heartache. The Lovers. That makes complete sense to me. You know, and I feel like this probably isn't just for you. This is probably for both of you. I love how your reading is talking about, I feel like the highest level of love, but I also feel like it's talking about the highest level of material prosperity. Spiritual prosperity. Again, 8. No beginning, no end. I pray I have no problems with this video. I hope it uploads. Alright, we have the waiting game. The waiting game. And with that, we have, well, hello, 9 of Cups, fulfillment of wishes. And then we have financial and material changes. Some of you are making some changes in your life. Some of you are leaving current jobs and you're starting to chase your own dream. You know what I mean? Like you're taking your experience, and I know that you have it because I feel like as we start at the aces, very quickly do we move, first of all, recognition and reward that is mirrored by material and spiritual prosperity. It says other people seeing your worth, seeing the importance that you bring to the table. Ace of Swords underneath that, again, some of you may be talking about, you know, like actual heartache, actual loss, and helping others to overcome. 9 of Cups, material and financial changes. I feel like if you're not being appreciated in, let's just say, your current job, but yet you have the wisdom to go out and start your own thing, I feel like that's what it's talking about. I also feel like the waiting game is talking about love. Like, where are you? Where are you, my love? Well, maybe before this all comes together, it was important for you to find this independent nature within yourself, find this inner harmony within yourself, and then I feel like, boom. And so it begins. You know, it's interesting because we have a 5 here, and 5 speaks of change. You know, and I'm kind of going out on a limb when I say I feel like some of you, this is talking about like combining households, combining our finances. But inner harmony seems to be really the most important thing. If you take that 9 of Cups and then you add the Ace of Cups, which is a 1, that brings us to the 10 of Cups. Alright, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Look at this. the Six of Cups. This is why I shuffle the cards. Even though I do a lot of shuffling before I begin, I shuffle them with you here because I want you to see that, nothing's set up. Whatever comes out is just what's meant to come out. Memories of love. Again, I feel like we're being pulled back to previous lives. Like, I just feel in my heart that there's someone. I just feel in my heart. We have the Emperor underneath that. Some of you could certainly mean an Aries. Alright, let's bring in the crystal vision and let's get right into this. First of all, what beautiful cards. The only card, or the two cards that may be of a harder nature, is the Three of Swords, our opening card, and our last card, the Waiting Game. Maybe you're not meant to wait. Maybe you're just meant to go on, create your life, do the things that bring you to inner fulfillment, bring you to an independent nature, and I feel like the rest will just follow. All right, let's give them a cut. I love that the Chariot is here, your major arcana, right under the Ace of Cups. But not only that, what's below your major arcana? The Nine of Pentacles, material harvest. So, to me, it's like, first of all, it's an opportunity where I feel like you really love what you're doing. Even though it may be hard work, it's still something that just feels good to you. And then love. All right. We're going to start at the beginning, but we're really reading it as a whole. So we're looking at the Three of Swords. Love begins. Passion ignited. And the Lovers. We start with the Page of Pentacles. To me, the Page of Pentacles is about a path of knowledge. Like I'm really learning a lot on this path. This may talk about your spiritual path, even though this is really material. Like I'm building up my career. This can certainly talk about school, taking a class. I feel like what it really means, I don't know why I'm picking this up, but it's like if I'm in the energy of heartache, then the best way to overcome that energy is to think about my own life and start building a life for myself. Because I feel like when I do that, the rest will follow. When I say I mean you. So the Page of Pentacles could also talk about someone's younger energy. That would be an earth sign. Look at this, 10 of Swords. Well, that's where the forgiveness comes in, I guess. 10 of Swords. This could be a repeat pattern. This could be something that maybe it was lifetime after lifetime. This is taking daggers in your back. But I do feel like in this energy, first of all, look at the person just lying there. And almost like taking those daggers. And maybe what they have to find is the power within themselves to see it, to see the pattern coming over the Ace of Cups. So, and I get for some of you, you may have had, like, let's just say a few lovers in this lifetime, and nothing really manifested in the way that satisfied your soul. Definitely feel like this is also relating back to forgiveness, though. All right, let's keep going. I feel like if I don't recognize the Ten of Swords energy, if I don't recognize that, yes, other people are putting these daggers in your back, but also in the same breath, I've got to realize that, am I allowing that to happen? Right? I need to claim my power again. Some of you may found yourself like over and over in difficult type of relationships, but maybe you were learning a lot at the same time, because I feel like as this type of energy enters, isn't it better to understand like oneself? Like, I want to see the patterns in my life. I want to understand why I allow them, and then I want to clear them, right? I don't want any more daggers in my back. We have the Five of Swords. Interesting. 10 of Swords down to the 5 of Swords. But I have to tell you, it's in reverse. So, I feel like exactly what I just said, that's what the 5 of Swords in reverse is representing. 5 of Swords talks about toxic energy. Can be the people around you. Can be a group of people, you know, like my friends, the people I hang out with don't really motivate me. Maybe in one way, you know, Strength card, I often feel it can talk about like temptations, things that tempt me into my darker energy, but it's not serving me. So in the 5 of Swords, you're looking at that toxicity, and I feel like here you are clearing it. I love this. The 10 of Swords in the upright, immediately the 5 of Swords reversed. So I am looking at that pattern of the 10 of Swords, and then I'm making a choice. I'm deciding it's not how I want to live. It's not what I'm going to accept anymore. All right, let's keep going. Very quickly, you know, again, this page to me is a path of knowledge. I'm learning. What am I learning? I'm learning about the heartache that I've taken. I'm learning about loss. I feel like for some of you, it's just like there's this ache in your heart. But I feel like the ache is because it's almost like I haven't found that great love. I found love, but maybe not the type that has really been truly satisfying to my soul. All right, let's keep going. See what's going to come over the Lovers. And don't forget, memories of love. Certainly could be speaking of this lifetime, but I have a feeling it's speaking of all lifetimes. Not all. You know, I don't think as soulmates or twin flames, I don't think we choose to come into every single lifetime together, because I feel like, you know, there's different things we want to accomplish in different lifetimes. As a soul, we know that. As a human, we're figuring it out. Well, hello, sun. Beautiful. This is illumination. This is about a brand new day. I feel like this takes away any fear factor, because truly everything is illuminated. I feel like the sun talks about your inner child, free and unencumbered. Means, oh, I got 2 cards there. I didn't even know that. Means that I'm letting go of that 3 of Swords. I'm able to clear it. The sun kind of shows you the way. Card of Leo, if I didn't say that. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles again. Now over the 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. Interesting, and I'm saying that because 2 3s equal the 6. So, and then you have the Lovers, which is the 6, which you could break down to 2 3s. And I know some of you have a life path, a master life path number 33. I feel like this is talking to you also. But I find that interesting. The 2 3s equaling the 6. So is the Lovers. 6 of Wands. Victory. You're getting, okay, I think you have 3 6s now. So, first of all, It's coming over your major arcana. And in the Six of Pentacles, or Six of Wands, I often feel like this person has a platform. And other people are paying attention. They're looking up to you. They're looking up to you because of actions that you've taken. You know, we have the Strength card right here. And it is half man, half lion. Or in some decks, it's half woman, half lion. But look at the lion here. This person has tamed that lion, and I feel like they're speaking about that. This is how I was able to do it. So you're taking your lessons, and then you help others with them. And then the Fool. Over the Ace of Pentacles. Being willing to take a leap of faith. You know, as these aces start coming towards you, again, I often feel like we have to reach out. We have to say yes. But if we trust our intuition, we can right away know whether something is good or not so good. Especially with the sun out. Because remember, the sun's going to illuminate everything for you. It's like your spirit guides are putting a spotlight on the lovers. Are you going to take a chance? Are you going to take a leap of faith? The Fool would definitely, if there was some unstored forgiveness, the Fool would have looked at that and then let it go. Because the Fool comes to the present moment, not carrying the baggage of the past. Take a chance on me, take a chance on you. Well, hello, Star. You had that in your last reading. This is your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And this is about them coming true. This isn't just like, oh, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. This is about them manifesting. How could they not be with every single ace on the board? Card of Aquarius. The sun right above it. I don't know. I find that beautiful. Recognition and reward. So it's like, listen, I feel like there's more than one thing happening here. I do feel like love is going to begin. But I also feel like you're really finding your independent nature. You're really building a life for yourself. And maybe that was important. To then allow the rest to follow. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, again, another 8. But this talks about what it is you do in the world. This talks about going into something and being willing to be the apprentice, right? Knowing that as you move along, you're going to learn as you go. Eight of Pentacles says whatever you put your focus on is what you're going to grow. Well, right next to it is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is coming over the Ace of Swords. Not only that, but I feel like, again, like any type of platform, and I'm saying a platform doesn't mean you necessarily have to be working for yourself, but I feel like what you do in the world, there seems to be real importance to it. And I feel like many of you, you're helping others. And listen, maybe you mean to, or maybe it's just natural. You must be, for some of you, I feel like you may be teaching others like how to overcome, you know, those swords, the 3 of Swords and that 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords can, for some, it can talk about like, I may have spent 10 years with a narcissistic type of energy, but that 5 of Swords in reverse tells me that you have left it. Or if you haven't, you're thinking about it. Look at this. The Lovers. The Lovers again. Now it's over the 9 of Pentacles. And I know exactly why it's over the 9 of Pentacles. You know, if I've learned anything from Tarot, and not really Tarot, but through my spirituality, as my spirituality continues to grow, the one thing I've learned is it's important that we find our own independent nature first and foremost. It's important that we find inner harmony within ourselves first and foremost to be able to truly, let's just say, accept these blessings and see them for the blessings that they are. Some of you, you may have your own business. You meet someone, you just know. You just know. And I feel like you just know. And it may be someone who does something very much like what you do. Doesn't have to be, or you can be combining. Like, let's say at this point we're coming together. Well, you know, I think you had the Empress and the Emperor in your last reading. To me, that's the power couple. And I often feel like if they put their heads together, man, they can be successful. All of a sudden, I'm thinking of, I knew I was going to forget the name. It's the woman who talks about the law of attraction, her and her husband. And they were very successful, and her husband passed away a couple years ago. I'm thinking Abraham. But for some of you, it's like you may find yourself taking that type of path. Hello, lovers. Four Cups. All right. Let's talk about the Four Cups, because the first message of the Four Cups is learning how to use your own spiritual discernment as it relates to making any decisions in your life. Four Cups can talk about discontentment in one's life. It's coming over the Strength card. And maybe that's what I have to do. I have to find that inner balance so that I can find that contentment within myself. Normally in the Four Cups you see a hand reaching towards you with a cup. But the person in the Four Cups isn't necessarily reaching out to grab that. Why? They're not sure whether they can trust it. Why? They're basing it on the past. But this is new. Even if this is someone old, this is new energy. You know, if it's like, let's say it's someone who was in that Ten of Swords with you and they kept putting those daggers in your back. Well, if they come back towards you again, the sun is going to show you. Like if someone comes towards you and say, oh, this time I can love you. I promise I won't put any more daggers in your back. Well, the sun's going to protect you. Very quickly you'll know, right? And if there's been no changes with them, then there will be no change. And I don't even know why I'm going there, other than I feel like this is about trusting, right? Discontentment in your life, the Fool's right above it. Well, then take a chance on something new. Take a leap of faith in your dreams, your hopes, and let's bring them to your life. Let's bring him into this world. We have the Page of Cups, but it did reverse itself. Interesting, now we have two pages. This could certainly be you, or a water sign. It doesn't have to be any of that. The Page of Cups is really about learning to love oneself again. You know, forgiving yourself for the things that you think you may have done or not done. You know, Page of Cups to me is your inner child. It is in reverse though. So I feel like part of the lesson here was really learning to love who you are. Someone may have broken you down. They may have broken you down. But I feel like if they broke you, and I don't feel like it's the lovers. I feel like because I feel like this is very difficult energy, so much so that I see you leaving it. You know, and I feel like I'm very proud of you for that. Could also talk about these two pages now coming together. You know, this page is coming in reverse over the waiting game. Maybe there's someone in your life that, you know, you have been waiting to for love to begin with. But then I feel like you need to question that. Like, why are you waiting for them, and why are they making you wait? Because I don't feel like these lovers, I don't feel like there's anything about waiting. Honestly, I feel like it's as you clear this energy, it just naturally flows to you. You're flowing to it. You're meeting each other on your path. Some of you, it may be through what you do for a living. Let's take one more and come over that Nine of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It's interesting because the Five of Pentacles is the energy of really feeling thrown out into the cold. It's almost like a tower. But I feel like that's talking about this lifetime. And I feel like I have to, it just seems to go back to that Ten of Swords again. Judgment. Well, Judgment made a big appearance in your last reading. This is your spiritual team, and they are calling you to the present moment. Why? Well, we already know why. Because there's a blessing that wants to come in. Listen, probably more than one blessing. And I feel like we're always receiving, oh, that's what you got. You got signs. That was, I think the Mother Mary card was signs. Sign, sign, everywhere a sign. Judgment. I need you in the present moment because there's about to be a rebirth in your life. Will you accept this mission? Even if you have a little uncertainty. Even if there's still a little bit of brokenness to you. I often feel, you know, I don't say this very often because I feel like it's really up to us to heal ourselves, right? And we have that ability. Trust me, I know. Because I've been through some very, very, very difficult situations. And I know there's always a way to heal. But if I look at Judgment, it's being mirrored by the sun. So it's like your spiritual team is saying, trust us. Trust us in what's coming in. This isn't just any old, I don't know, I want to say reading. This is very special. Take on the Fool's energy. Even if it's a past life, it's still talking about, listen, that was the past life. This is your present life. Being willing to take a chance. Especially with the Four of Swords underneath it. I don't feel like you were happy anyway. So why not take a chance? Judgment. A rebirth. What's right above it? The star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. What's the star coming over? First of all, recognition and reward. And then the Lovers. Two lovers. I almost feel like it's connecting the two lovers. Alright. I'm not ready to end it yet. Even though, you know, it feels like, I know it feels sometimes like, Sandy, that just feels too good to be true. But don't forget, you have to look at the energy that needs to be cleared. And that's the Ten of Swords. And to me, the Five of Swords in reverse means that you are clearing that, right? Don't regret, you know, love that did not work out. Because listen, maybe it didn't work out because this person is now coming into your life. Even if you already know who this person is, I don't feel like it's them who put these swords in your back. Now, they could have put one or two swords in your back, but I feel like this is more about, I definitely feel, it's almost like I stayed with someone And then I come to the Four of Cups much longer than I wanted to. But don't regret that, because there were probably major lessons that your soul learned, that you as a human learned. And with the 5 right next to it, I feel like, that's a gutsy move. Like, good for you. You changed what you felt was wrong in your life. You're no longer taking these daggers in your back. You're willing to take a leap of faith towards your dreams. All right. What do I want to look at? We have the Strength card. So I feel like I'm just going to take it across the middle. Double Leo on the board, by the way. No, triple Leo. Triple Leo. Temperance. Beautiful. Divine timing. Card of Sagittarius. I love Temperance. Because Temperance says, have patience, my child. And don't worry about all the little things. Trust in me, right? You do your part. And I feel like your part is just seeing, like, why am I taking these swords? Why do I stay in a life where I'm not happy? Why do I not take a chance? I feel like you do. But I feel like that's part of what Temperance waits for. Because it is about patience. But I also feel like Temperance is really mixing the perfect recipe together. I feel like Temperance is taking care of both the lovers. Right? Bringing them both to balance. Or another way of saying that is when they both come to balance, then it's time. Temperance says, let go of the things that you cannot control. Put them on my shoulders. And then the Queen of Cups. Again, probably you. Can be another water sign, no doubt. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't think we have any other water signs on the table, though, to be honest. I could be missing that, but I don't see them. So the Queen of Cups normally is someone who feels fulfilled within a relationship. Like, I enjoy love. I enjoy partnership. Right? But I want someone who's going to love me back. I want someone who deserves me. And I feel like that's part of this. Like, you have to learn that you do deserve the best. Now, I'm not saying run away from any relationship that has any little problem. If you're truly in love, then I feel like there's always a way to work it out. Doesn't mean it'll be easy. I feel like Temperance is saying, I was just waiting for you to open your heart again. That's what I've been waiting on. Interesting, I see the full moon behind her. We just had the Pisces full moon. They called it a blue moon. And I talked about that in your reading. When I was a young teen, my dad had a CB radio in the car. And I remember when they'd go to bed, me and my girlfriends would sneak out and go in my dad's car, and we would talk on the CB radio. I mean, what did we know back then? But they were truckers. And my handle that I used was Blue Moon, and we just had the Blue Moon. All right, I'm going to take a couple more. Three of Wands. Well, Three of Wands is about an optimistic view of your future. By the way, it's coming right over the Fool. You know, Three of Wands, it's about not thinking about, like, where will we end up. It's more about enjoying the journey, right? It's the person in the Three of Wands is saying, I know my ships will come in, And in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy my present moment. It's a very optimistic view. And I do feel like it's a choice, right? I can choose to stay in sorrow, or I can start moving out of it and start thinking about, okay, well, maybe there's something better waiting. King of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. He's coming in the upright. Doesn't have to be that. To me, this is someone who, it's interesting because my eyes pulled back to that Ten of Swords again, and I feel like in that energy I probably was with someone who like just lied, like everything came out of their mouth was a lie. Well, this king in the upright is truth. This is someone of integrity. You know, this is someone who their journey was really to trust and like learn to trust their own voice. Interesting because I feel like this king is sitting somewhere on the path of the Three of Wands. Oh, okay. I was just going to say, and what do we have next? The Knight of Wands. And look at his direction. It's coming into the reading. Into the reading. This knight can be fast-moving energy. So it's interesting because I feel like whenever these lovers come together, and again, I want to go back to past lives, but I feel like when they come together, it's very passionate type energy. And it's very fast-moving energy. And I always say, you know, if you're uncertain about anyone in your life, take it slow, because people will reveal themselves to you. But here, I just feel like automatically, it just feels like, I can't take it slow, Sandy. I can't. Coming over the Star. Temperance. Just waiting for you to open your heart again. Doesn't mean that all those broken little pieces are healed, but you've made the move away from the things that are no longer serving you. And it just feels like now this king or queen is along this next path. You know, again, it doesn't matter about the destination. It is about the journey. I do feel like it's going to be fast moving, full of passion, desire. Now, you know, I want to say, what if it doesn't happen? Like, what if I meet someone and like, I don't feel that passion right away? Well, again, taking things slow. It may be something, you know, it's interesting because I'm feeling torn here, because I do feel like you're going to feel it very quickly. But that doesn't mean you move with it that quickly. All right, I'm not quite done. I want to go right underneath this line and just see if anything else wants to come out. This is very much like your last reading. But maybe, you know, I often feel like, okay, I gave it 2 days. I can't get it to upload, but maybe I was meant to do this reading also. I mean, you have all the aces, Cancer. All of them. 3 of Cups. A reason to celebrate. First of all, coming over the Lovers and under Temperance. A reason to celebrate. It's the energy of joy. Let's do one more round. Death card. So, first of all, card of Scorpio. Coming under the Queen of Cups. So for some it can mean a Scorpio. But what does the Death card ask of us? It asks us to close old doors. Those doors, those situations that are no longer serving us. We need to learn to close chapters, right? The Ten of Swords, it's like it continues until I close that door. It's up to me. It's up to me to close that door. And then what happens when I close that door? A new door opens. Always. A new door will open. Judgment, same thing. You had both of them in your reading. Judgment, it's about a rebirth. Well, so is the Death card. Death card says, don't fear me. Don't fear the closing of a door. Instead, get excited about the potential of what lies ahead. And then look at this, the world, the next chapter. And this is my favorite chapter. To me, this talks about, I feel like this is a period where our spirituality is very much alive. I feel like the world opens when we're ready for it to open. You know, this is the last card in the tarot, so I feel it as the closest energy to God. Now, maybe you're not religious. All I mean is I feel like you have become more and more certain within your spirituality. You're understanding that, yes, maybe there was a past life with someone. And maybe there is unstored forgiveness. And maybe this is part of my lesson. And maybe I did end up with some very difficult people in this lifetime. But maybe my lesson in this lifetime was to learn how to close these doors, not to take the bullshit, right? And you're not. Now, I don't know how long it is, because I feel like for some of you, like you were in this heavy energy for a while. But I feel like the minute you close that door, you know, the Death card says, close the door, another door will open. Well, boom, there's your next door. There it is. And what's above it? The Three of Wands. Get excited for the potential of what may be. Wow. I don't know, Cancer. I just feel like this is so similar to your last reading. So similar that I know it's meant to be. Now, is it meant to be for everyone? Probably not. But that's why you need to use your intuition within a reading. Now, some of this hasn't even reached you yet, so you can't say it's not for you, right? But what's it asking for you to do? Well, first of all, get out of that Ten of Swords. If you're discontent in your life, make change. Because I feel like the more you start allowing yourself to live, let's just say, a better life, the more the universe says she's ready. He's ready. Let's bring them together. And so they do. And so you do. I loved it. It feels like it went really fast, but I feel like the clarity, you'll have to let me know through your comments, but I feel like it is so clear. But let's read blessings. Blessings. You received this card as a reminder of the power of gratitude. Perhaps you've been feeling sorry for yourself lately, or feeling as if God has forgotten about you. Mother Mary reminds you that your prayers are answered in many different ways and guides you to notice all the gifts and blessings that you already have. Sometimes shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right can make you notice new blessings that have previously been overlooked. This is a card of optimism. It's right here, Three of Wands, somewhere in there. This is a card of optimism, asking you to purposefully and continuously focus upon everything and everyone that you're grateful for. You can make a mental or written list daily, ideally, to train your mind to notice all the gifts you already have. By doing so, you're more likely to notice the new ones coming your way. This card also signals that new blessings are entering your life as an answered prayer. Well, amen, amen. This is why I read it at the end of the reading, because I read the card at the end of the reading, because it always relates back. Always. And I feel like it's where it's most profound. Alright, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm praying that this reading uploads with no problem, and I promise you, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that other reading up. I don't know why it just kept getting stuck at 80. It's not, you know, I watched it on my media player. There was no problem with it, but for some reason it just got stuck. So I pray that this one goes through clearly. I have a feeling I was meant to do this reading also, though. You have every single ace. You have the Lovers twice. You have the Sun, illumination. You have Temperance, divine timing. You know, and divine timing talks about letting go of control, the things that you cannot control, and just being open to the potential of what may be. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I love you so much. I thank you in every way you support my channel, through your donations. That's what keeps me on YouTube. Through sharing the videos, liking, subscribing, everything. Just your presence alone, I am so grateful for. I love what I do, but I love what I do because I feel like it helps. It helps many. I want to remind those who say, oh, but you always talk about love. Yeah, but there's always lessons too. Don't overlook the lessons. That's how we get to what I feel like is divine energy. All right. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.